few years ago, you shared an interview with me, and the interview had Nathan Allen and Akeem Bloomfield. And at the time you interviewed them, they were about to leave college, and they were thinking, well, they already made the decision to go pro. Now, how do you feel about their development over the years and where these two guys are right now?
Nathan Allen, first and foremost, before I speak on Akeem Bloomfield, Nathan Allen is someone I looked out for. Danny Hawthorne was his coach at St. Jago High School, and I asked Danny Hawthorne about him before he actually ran that first 400 meters behind Donkey Man, at first I would say, when he placed second. But Nathan Allen is a talented individual, which I expected from St. Jago High School. When he runs, he looks better than you, Gregory. He floats, he glides on the 400 meter. I like him. He's steps high. He bounces. I like to see this young man run. I liked it. From I saw him at St. Jago, and I remember going to Stadium East and watching him train before. And Danny Hawthorne said to me, "Look out for this guy. Look out for this guy," as he always does. And I did. And I remember that race. And I after that race, I paid keen attention to this individual. And following year was like Bloomfield coming through, and he was second again. But the thing about it, that he is talented. He is extremely talented. Effortless, he runs 44. Effortless, he runs 44. So I was expecting, in fact, during that time, when I looked on the year before, coming through the years after, I said that Jamaica is going to go back to 1948, 52 in the 400 meters at how we were, because we had a flurry of youngsters coming through that I think, and now looking to 43. At that time, that was my long-range plan, long-term plan, long-goal plan at that time. Bloomfield, on the other hand, I don't think he likes 400 meters. I've never thought he likes it. That's my biggest thing. The thing about it, when I spoke to Bloomfield for the first time, and when persons heard about Bloomfield, he ran 10.5 in class 2 or class 3 at Jamaica College, the field that goes down. And yes, Mr. At that time, he was a sprinter. Then after that, he had some issues, and in terms of interest. And then when a new coach from Monroe came to Kingston College, and I went to Kingston College to do some interviews before champs, and I asked the coach what event is he going to do, because I saw him run 400 meters, and the coach laughed and said nothing. I went to Bloomfield and I said, "What are you going to do?" The 200. So I saw him run 400 and he looked good. I said, "Boy, coach is preparing me for the 200." 2 weeks before champs, he ran a blistering 400 meters. I went down at the National Stadium. I went down to the track and I interviewed him. I said, "You still thinking running 200 meters at champs?" He said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." At that time, they call everybody sir. They don't know. But he said, "Yes, sir." So I went back to the coach and I said, "Coach, what him running?" And him laugh and then gone. At champs, he ran the 400 meters. But in his mind, though, mentally, I think he loves the 200. He wants the 200. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, he had some issues in terms of injuries whenever the power comes from his legs. So I think the coach wanted to do that. What the coach worked on that specific year, and I had to mention that, was his core. He says his core was weak, and he worked on his core for that entire season, and it was brilliant. Went on the 45 seconds at champs. Great. Now he's gone to college. Ran the first year, got beaten. Ran the second year, got beaten. But they're second and third, both of them. I was not expecting them to leave college now, when they have 2 more years under their belts. And they were in a good program. They were improving, but I was never expecting them to leave. When they came to Jamaica and I interviewed them in the studios at KLS, I was disappointed, to be honest. But I can't tell them that, I'm disappointed. No. But I interviewed both of them, and they wanted to be professionals. They wanted to go that ranks. I don't know, though, to be honest, in terms of guidance, what they had around them. Because it didn't seem solid. When you're in a college setting, it's solid. Everything is there for you. And you should know, Gregory. Everything is there for you. No, you're on your own. You're professional. You have to look things for yourself or get somebody to plan for you. And I don't think they were in that mind frame to do that. And because of that, their talent have somewhat. I mean, injuries have told, emotional stress has told, but still, I am disappointed.
So if we can narrow it down to a factor that caused them not to realize their full potential, what would you say that factor is?
Guidance. You have to simply say guidance. And to be honest, they had a good person around them. And sometimes they can't have the best person around you. Who do you follow? That's the thing. Because the individual who carried them to the station is a very good man. I know him and he can guide them well. But I don't think they took his words though. So that is one thing. So you can have the persons around in your team to give you the right information, to show you the right way, but you decide not to take it. And I think that is one of the reasons for both of them. Because I have a lot of admiration for both. However, I'm a bit disappointed. And if Nathan Allen say, okay, I give up, I'm frustrated, I give up. That would be a major talent going down the drain, to be honest. Because let me stop you there. Shericka Jackson, in an interview earlier this season, said she was fed up because of some lingering injury before she exploded. So if she had a camp one place and give up, then you would not see Shericka Jackson exploits this year. So if it is that Nathan Allen or Bloomfield just decides I can't bother with this, gives up, it's two major talents will be gone. They have to find somebody that is actually, and I say they have to find someone who can guide them, who they will listen to, because maybe, just maybe, persons who are telling them the right thing, they're not listening to them.
I think right now, Akeem has decided to go to Tumbleweed, and I think Nathan Allen is still trying to find a home. And this is a sad thing to know that they had so much promise and they're not able to find themselves in a comfortable position now. If they're not listening now, I'm sure they will listen later. But what suggestions would you give them, both of them now, so they can at least know that we genuinely care and we want the best for them? What would you tell them?
Let me tell you this. The suggestion I'll give them is just work hard and try to make the right choice. All right. There are individuals around, and they're no fools. They're bright, young individuals. There are individuals around that can assist them. There are individuals around that can help them and make the right choice for them. And sometimes what I've seen from Nathan, he's iffy sometimes and he doesn't know that. But if he has the right person, and they have to make the right choice in selecting the right individuals around them. So they have to look right, look what is needed for them. They know what's needed for them. They're good enough and they're old enough to know what's needed for them. And it's not talent wasted just yet. It's not talent wasted just yet. They have some time on their hands. They can do wonderful things, and I still think they have it in them to do that. They have to make a choice. No, they have to make a choice to select an individual, because there are a lot of persons around them, and then to work with that individual to make a choice going forward. They have to do that. They have to get some guidance of persons, maybe like you, I don't know, a person who have been there, who knows the right thing to do, who knows the rope. They have to find like that to take them out of the doldrums, what they are now, and carry them forward, because they can do it.
Well, I hope they will take your advice. As you said, it is something that they must do for themselves. Recently, Stephen Francis